let me explain the dirty dance between a super empath and a narcissistic person. Now, the thing about a super empath, we understand the narcissistic person, and we mirror them back. We actually show them who they are, and that's something the narcissistic person despises in an empath. And the reason why they despise it with us is because we give them the same dose of their medication that they give to others. So when they come up against us, when they first meet us, we are these people that is genuine, loving, caring, understanding, meek, humble, willing to help people get through their struggles, willing to help people to overcome their challenges. But the narcissistic person take it as a weakness. They take it as a weakness. They think that we're weak. We have a lot of strength. We just don't show it until the time comes, meaning we go into supernova mode. So when a narcissistic person come into our lives, we are nurturing, we are caring, we are strong, we are compassionate, we are tough. We take a lot of beatings. Super empaths take a lot of beatings. But one thing, we're not weak. And that's where the narcissistic get it twisted at, because he or she think that they getting over on us, but they actually getting over on themselves. That's why when we come into people's lives, we leave a dent, we leave an injury, because we cut. When we cut hard. And a narcissistic person is not used to being cut. They're used to being the cutter. They usually cut and leave people injured, wounded, or unalive them. It's really dangerous with a narcissistic person. It depends on what level their mindset is on. As a narcissistic person, it means a toxic, unhealed person. And it depends on how long they've been carrying around this trauma, how many people they wounded, how many people they have unalived. Because it can get so bad where they become abusive physically. I was in that relationship one time in 15 years. And my kid's father, ex-husband, deceased. He's deceased now. He was very abusive physically. He had a real bad anger problem. But as I start observing him and observing what make him tick, and sitting back observing the way he was presenting himself, I knew it was bigger than him. And I started observing him, so I took on his traits and I started feeding it back to him. He did not like it. And he got so angry, he tried to unalive me. But I wasn't having it. I don't fear man. I fear God. So when we got our divorce, I had filed for a divorce. And in South Carolina, when you file for divorce, excuse the son, when you file for divorces, you have to go through this class of having young kids. So you're going through a divorce class. So I'm just sitting in there going through the divorce class, and I'm like, can we get this over with? Because it's nothing, I'm not hurting. We don't hurt. When we detach from the narcissistic person, we don't have no pain. Or if they discard us, we have no pain. Because we know why we're discarded. When they return back into our lives, we finna slay. And it's not pretty. So that's why you got to understand the difference between a super empath and a narcissistic person, which a narcissistic person can't discern. That's why they come in and they fill out what you about or what you're weak at. Because that's why they sit and observe and ask you all your business. And majority of you women and some men tell everything. What your ex did to you, what your ex did to you, what your ex didn't do for you, what your ex used to do with you. They listen to all that. And they take it and they try to be better for a moment, for many time. And what I mean by many, M-I-N-I. I'm sorry, M-I-N-I. They do it for a short span, just to make you feel like they your hero. They came in your life, they are your shining knight. But literally, they are your worst nightmare. But if you don't understand how narcissistic, untoxic people work, you will end up either being damaged goods or unlived. And many people think playing with narcissistic people is a game. They are masters at games. You do not want to play with them. They're not who you want to play with. If you cannot handle what a narcissistic soul brings, I advise you to remain solo and just build yourself and build yourself and build yourself. Go to prayer and go to therapy. And be around people that is healthy and strong. Not people that just tell you, oh, he ain't no good or she ain't no good. Honey, go get you somebody else and do this and do that. That's not the way you want to take that. You don't want to take that route. Don't take that route, because if you're not strong enough for that narcissistic person will have you right back, not in square one, but in square two. And square two is not what you want to do. You will end up committing suicide behind these people, because the spirits are strong. Their spirits are very strong when it comes to darkness. Now, us super empaths, we are their competitors. They can't do us any kind of way. They can't give us injuries. We can get wounded, but they can't leave us injured, because we are just like a superhero. We end up just going to heal and coming back out, and that narcissistic person wondering, how in the world did that person get back, look better, talk better, healed, and I didn't injure him or her? Because we are chosen. And a lot of people don't understand what chosen is. You hear the churches tell you chosen is this, chosen is that. No. Chosen people is to help other people to get strong. Even a narcissistic person can be chosen. Don't believe that nobody can't change. Everybody can change if they put the work in. But majority don't want to put the work in to change. Narcissistic people are souls just like me and you. They just more damaged. And you are vulnerably damaged. That's why you allow them in. So as long as you allow them in and come in your life and your children's life and damage you, and you continuously cry and whine about it days after days, months after months, years after years, guess what? You're going to remain damaged, and you're going to always attract narcissistic people in your life, him or her. And if your kids sit around it long enough, then they're going to either become very vulnerable to the world or very damaging to the world. There's only two ways you can take it. Your child will either become vulnerable, being tormented in this world, or your child going to become very damaging and going to be a tormentor in this world. So it's time to balance everything out in your lives, because playing with an unhealed person is not the route you want to continuously take. I need y'all to go heal. And when that toxic, I keep saying because I'm healed, so I'm not broken or wounded anymore. But anyways, when that unhealed toxic person return back to your doorstep, when you open that door, you gonna slay. and you're going to slam the door in their face at a point of no return. You got to take all precautions. You got to make sure you protect yourself at all costs, because they do not know how to take injuries lightly. But I'm here to help you. I'm being transparent about it, and I'm trying to tell y'all how to get over these mountains of trauma. If you follow me, you will be successful. And I mean successful in spirit. Everything else in this world is perishable. It's time to lay down the perishable things and pick up what's worthy. And that's your soul, your mind, and your heart. And get a healthy spirit for you and your children. Blessings.